Okay, so I'm about to go get my pole horse to ride her on the poles for the first time in a long time. I mean, I've ran her in poles, but I haven't actually practiced because she doesn't like to practice all the time on the pattern. So, you're gonna see it, and it might be bad. I'm gonna ride her in a bit that I don't run her in. I've just been riding her in it recently, and she does pretty good in it. I'm gonna tell you, someone asked me for tips on the pattern or running poles. Mine are, I'm gonna show you my practice, but zigzag through the poles. Do not counter arc through the poles. You don't want your horse to be bendy through the poles. I look for a stiffer, like straight, square running horse through the poles, and one that kind of runs on their butt, not on their shoulders, like not on their front end, and not a super turny, bendy horse. The poles are a straight line. I like a horse that runs straight, not like a dash to fame. Like a cutting horse that like is snappy and turns like this would be okay, but not a horse that is like this when they run. So that's the first thing. The next thing is wait for your leg to get by the pole. So like if you want to be beside the pole right here, like this is where the pole, your leg needs to be beside of it, and then like if you're going right, like as soon as your leg gets to it, go like this, and then whenever your leg gets to the next one, do this, and to every pole, the end ones, all of them. If you're training a pole horse, my best advice for you is to train them the way I just described. I'm gonna go film my ride in a little bit. Train them that way, and then let them be terrible for a year. Don't worry about leads. Don't worry about loping them and running them. Take them and trot them. I trained this pole horse, me and my dad. My dad told me what to do when I rode her in a pasture right over there. Before it was actually a pasture, but you get the point. She was trained on grass, so there was no running. I would lope her here and there, but I mostly walked and I mostly trotted her. And that was it. So let them have, the first year that I ran her in rodeo, it was terrible. Like, she wouldn't do 2-day shows. She would go in the first day and be okay, and then the next day she would just break pattern, like had a mind of her own. We fixed it, and after that she could run 21s. Not the next year. She won me junior champion the next year in poles, and then the year after that we ran some 21s, only 2, but she ran a 21. Okay, she's not the fastest horse in the world, but she makes up for the speed that she doesn't have when she through her pattern. So with that being said, I'm gonna go catch her. Disclaimer: this horse hasn't been ridden in this bit on the pattern in a long time, if ever. And it's a snaffle. I don't usually ride her in a snaffle unless I'm exercising or riding her in the trail. So this could get interesting. But I'm gonna work the poles. Oh, you can't see. I'm gonna work the poles, and we'll see how it goes in this bit. If not, I might have to go back to the barn and get my other one. You probably can't see my face right now. I hope you can hear me. I'm just gonna go through the pattern and kind of explain what I'm doing. You're gonna notice, maybe not from here, but I'm gonna get my leg all the way to the pole and then kind of zigzag back and forth after I get by it. So just kind of watch that whenever I move over for each pole, and I might do a voiceover later just so you can kind of understand what I'm doing. We're trying to go slow. Back. I don't know if you can tell, but I am exaggerating a lot just because I don't want her to feel like she has to be this far from each pole. I want her to feel like she can have room to move, and I am going by my end poles quite a bit as well. So You can kind of notice how I kind of zigzag. So whenever I speed up, I won't do this much. And she'll kind of just have a natural place to go. When she zigzags, she's able to catch her leads really well. And just not hit them as much. If you're turning or moving over after the pole, you're not going to hit as many. And it's just going to be a really smooth run overall. So I'm going to go through a couple more times. Go. So you can tell she really wants to go. She is a horse, she wants to run and be done. So I'm struggling a little bit to keep her slow, especially in this bit. But I'm just trying to keep her soft and listen. The problem is, the more I go and I don't stop her, if I don't stop, we're just gonna keep going faster. So that's the only thing right now. But you're not gonna fix that in her. That's just the way she is. So I believe I'm just gonna let her kind of roll through one time. My saddle's kind of loose, but I'll let her just kind of pick her own pace and see how it goes. I forgot to mention, picking her own pace. We're gonna go really fast. I had my elbow stuck out and it smacked it. Also, if you hit a rodeo pole and rodeo ground, you're probably gonna be able to hit them a lot harder than that, and they're not gonna fall. I don't know what it is about these poles. They literally fall if you go at them. Don't mind that. We'll try again. All right, that was a little run. It was terrible, I ain't gonna lie. All right, I'm sitting inside editing this video of me practicing poles. It was really bad. The run was really bad. I was trying to hold her and not run super fast. For some reason, she doesn't like the ground here at home. Anywhere else she goes, she's pretty much okay. I feel like she likes deeper ground a little bit better than this, and it's the ground I have here isn't super deep. I'm also sitting inside. That wasn't a really bad practice. The run wasn't great. It wasn't good at all, actually. Again, I don't ride her in that bit. After I finished recording, I got my phone and started playing music. I went and like just trotted, walked. She doesn't really walk, she just kind of dances and prances. But it was kind of like a trot, and just trotted through and was really wide and exaggerative just to get her to loosen up through the pattern. A couple times, probably 5 times, maybe more than that. And then I just got off of her and took her back to the barn and stopped. But I hope this helps everybody that watches. I hope that you get a little bit of something from this video. I hope you are able to kind of see what I do during practice. I'm going to start filming all my practices and editing everything up a little bit and posting it just so you can watch and see what I do if you're interested in what I do. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something from it.